fix the Daleks.
7:03.
All right, I'd like to call the December meeting of the Environmental Board to order. Begin with roll call. Commissioner Bischoff.
Here.
Commissioner Davey cannot make it, nor can Commissioner Rothbard. Commissioner Keel.
Present.
Commissioner Pollock.
Present.
Commissioner Bright.
Present.
And Councilmember Davies.
I'm gonna break the streak and say here.
Ooh, that deep blue rock.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm wearing the mask.
You not doing one?
Yeah, no, I've got a pretty serious head cold, but that's why I keep the mask on that I've tested. I'm not COVID. It's just,
Oh, sorry.
unfortunately, the cold that was going on. I can't do
Yours.
Thanks for being here anyway.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that was part. I didn't want to have the last one.
It is the last one. All right, we begin with approval of minutes from November's meeting.
I move to approve the minutes as written.
All right,
Second.
all right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried, minutes approved. We have a petitioner.
I can wait.
No, well, we have no correspondence, I'm guessing, other than what Mark emailed me, but he's here, so.
Was that?
I said you emailed me, but that was the only correspondence I received.
Yeah, no.
So, we'll just switch, we'll just swap, and we'll hear from Mark Davies first, Common Council Communication.
All right, thank you. So yeah, my apologies, I am not feeling well and just didn't want to have the last meeting kind of end with me. I kind of sent you that this morning, and I was like, I just can't let that be the closing act is to send an email. So I wanted to stop in part because I really wanted to convey to you, there's a lot of times whenever I do the communication, there's not a lot of things I'm able to say that, are kind of related. But clearly you all have, put up some interesting proposals recently, and so I really wanted to make sure that you kind of knew where things were at, and kind of go from there. So one, last week, December 5th, and Paul was there with the young man. Yeah, he's just so impressive, to kind of speak to the Lazy Leopard Creek, and later that evening, the council voted unanimously to approve this motion, that the Common Council approves the naming of the creek that originates on the hillside behind the Oneonta High School and is tributary to Oneonta Creek, as shown on the attached map as Lazy Leopard Creek, and authorizes the City of Oneonta Environmental Board to make an application on behalf of the city to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, to formally designate this creek name. And so there's the map as well, so.
Oh, can we pass that?
Yep.
Robert?
That was Mike working with city staff got that, so that was really nice to see. And it was great to have the young man there. I don't think it was gonna be a particularly contentious one, but having a high school student who's been so eagerly involved in this and coming up with his name and all the backstory was, I thought, really great for the rest of the council to hear. So that is official, that has been approved, so congratulations on that. The other thing that you asked me to bring forward was the creation of a task force that, top of my head, had two city officials, one being the climate smart intern, two being two members of this particular board, the elected official or an elected official, but preferably the liaison with the environmental board, and four kind of members from the community. And the mayor agreed, loves it, and just asked if you have any names for those four people, to please let him know. I think you can probably just send those to Dave, and Dave, you can kind of
We've already got
send this. Was that?
We have it.
Okay, excellent.
Actually.
Well, I can bring those forward.
Well, we should probably just.
We will, yeah.
So congratulations again, that's another kind of movement forward. And then lastly, and I did want to point this out, at the city meeting December 5th, the council adopted the purchasing policy and procedures for the city of Oneonta. And this is a lengthy policy kind of guidelines, and there's a lot of kind of, frankly, kind of boring stuff here that, you know, I did read over and a lot of it I don't understand. But you get to the back of this, and there is attachment E, and this is the purchasing policy that you all put up, what I refer to as the green purchasing policy. So it is part of the, it's now codified into policies and procedures for purchasing that are adopted each and every year by the, by the council, that are then, of course, applied by the city in terms of how they think about purchasing. So I think sometimes when you serve on these boards, you get caught. It's easy to lose sight of the fact that there are little victories taking place. And I just want to point these out as that, you know, these are 3, you know, wins for this board, if you will. And not that there was a kind of people are pushing back against it, but these are wins, right? You have a codified green purchasing policy, which will be part of this, you know, forevermore. The creek name, the task force, I think these are all wins. So just really want to encourage you all to keep on, you know, pushing at these and keep on doing the great work, because I think it's, again, easy to kind of get a little discouraged at things when we're not able to kind of, you know, do big, massive changes, and especially with a city that is in debt as we are. But these little things begin to make an impact. So congratulations to you all. That was really it.
Thank you.
And I should also officially say this will be my last meeting, so thank you all very much, and enjoyed being a liaison for the last 4 years.
That has been much appreciated. Which, Kevin, our petitioner, Kevin Schultz.
Well, I thought you were going to do the other thing first, but.
No, I figured I'd let you go first.
Okay, so I just wanted to come here, it has been a year since I was last in here, and the other day, Dave asked me if I knew anything about you, Mark. I said I know a few things. And I sent those to Dave, and I trust that he will have his list that he will go on about. But I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you, because it was in 2017 when I started on this road. It was not something that I thought that I would be a part of. I felt I wanted to do something. I reached out to Mark, and he eventually, he got back to me. And I just want to say that I think a lot of us would probably say similar things, maybe not exactly these things, but your leadership, your commitment to this city and to the people that are here greatly changed the direction that I'm taking. The things that I'm doing now that I am proud of, I trace back to a lot of it starting back with my work over here. When you said that you're 4 years ago that you said you were running, and I somehow said that, yeah, I'll take over from the environmental board. I mean, maybe that's not what you were hoping that I said, and I screwed up your plans. I don't know, I apologize. But it was some big shoes to fill to try to take your leadership on. You've been a mentor and a friend for all these years, and your ability to just sort of, your tenacity to keep at it. As you pointed out, the wheels of government grind slow and fine. Your tenacity was a big lesson. Your ability and your desire to listen to all the voices that are at the table is a lesson that I'm still working on. But I think about it often, about how everybody has something to bring, and we want to try to bring those voices together. If we can get it in our direction, even better. But so I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you, and to just reiterate what is going to be said, that your contributions to the city and to the community here are phenomenal, and we appreciate them. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here, here.
I think Dave's going to make it official or something.
I intend to, yeah. With that great introduction, I wish to put forward the following resolution in recognition of the service given by Mark Davies on behalf of the city of Oneonta. And I I talked to Carrie, I talked to Kevin, and it's a comprehensive list.
It's a long list.
And I had to shrink the font a little bit to fit it on one page, so bear with me. It is impressive. So whereas Mark Davies began his service on behalf of the city in 2008, when Mayor John Nader asked Mark to establish a task force working with the Environmental Board to develop a long-term community strategy supporting sustainability. And whereas, as chair of the Sustainability Task Force from 2010 through 2015, Mark submitted to Mayor Miller the results of this effort in the form of a report entitled Oneonta 2030, endorsed by the Common Council in 2011. And whereas he served as member of the board of the Otsego County Conservation Association from 2009 to 2013, and whereas he served as a member of the City of Oneonta Environmental Board from 2014 through 2019, and whereas he served on the Oneonta City Comprehensive Planning Committee from 2017 to 2019, and whereas he serves on the countywide composting project 2014 to the present, and whereas he serves as a board member of the Center for Agricultural Development and Entrepreneurship from 2017 to the present, and whereas he serves as a member of the County Energy Task Force, co-chair of the Environment Subcommittee from 2019 to the present, and whereas he serves as Common Council Liaison to the Environmental Board from 2020, and ending with this meeting, December 12th, 2023, providing guidance and encouragement to its members. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Oneonta Environmental Board expresses its gratitude and appreciation for the many years of dedicated service Mark Davies has and continues to provide to the community in the cause of environmental stewardship and sustainability. Be it further resolved that the board extends its best wishes for Mark in whatever he chooses for the next stage of his life. Do I hear a motion?
I move to adopt the resolution.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate that.
You sign.
I
Now
appreciate
you can have it.
It's been an honor to serve the city. It's been an honor to serve this board for so long in the different aspects of this. So thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
You're right, it's very comprehensive. I didn't know you did all of these
It's
things.
extraordinary.
And this is just related to environment.
Right, because I filtered this for
Yes.
environmentally relevant.
We haven't spoken of all the things that he did for soccer, we didn't do all the things he did at Hardwick, all the things that he's been doing as student on
Infrastructure. And then you need a rest.
Yeah. I hope that's what you're gonna do next.
No, there's other projects, but there's still some unfinished business I'd like to take care of here in the city too, so. But thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really, truly appreciate it. Embarrassing.
We're glad you came.
Well, we hope we continue to be as well informed as you've helped us, do our business. And
Yeah, I don't know who will be assigned. I don't know who will
You
be-
decided yet?
So good luck with that, and I'll be happy to sit down with the person if they'd like to understand anything. But nobody wants the outgoing person looking over their shoulder, but I'm certainly happy to work with that, and I've also let the mayor know that as well, so. And hopefully that person will be able to represent you all well and bring your interests forward to the council or to the appropriate committee structure.
Very good. Next on the agenda is follow-up on the Climate Smart Community Task Force. We now know that it has been approved and that Mayor Dernick is awaiting our recommendations.
we talked about two kinds of people who would serve and people who would advise.
Okay.
So I have a couple folks that would probably be on the advise
All right.
side. And we were looking for clarification on whether they needed to live within the city limits was the other question.
Correct.
So I think, and this is what's nice about having Carrie here, people that would advise in an unofficial capacity can be anywhere, because you would certainly use experts as needed. people who will serve must be from the city.
Must, yes, the,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's, I think, written into our charter in terms of those things.
How is it being structured? Is it a committee,
It's a,
commission, or a task force?
it's a task force.
So there would be some leniency when it came to residency with the task force.
Okay, well, there we go. I'm ahead of you.
Sorry.
No, thank you. I just thought that would be kind of in the kind of boards commissions place, but
Yeah, boards, commissions must be city residents, task force, and ad hocs do not.
excellent. Thank you.
Do we have a list or
Yes.
some names that, or should we not make them public?
I mean, we have a list. They have all said yes, but I have not forwarded them to the mayor yet.
Well, maybe the committee should have a peek at them.
Okay. A peek or?
But I'm not
or
sure
listen?
how much-
The house there.
Yeah. You know, how people tell us.
I don't think it's a mystery, but,
Interested in, you know, what people are bringing in terms of perspectives, representation, all of that.
you have the list
Mhm.
verbalized, or do you want me to pass it over to you?
I'm thinking,
The peanut gallery thinks you can verbalize it, but I'm not.
I think so too, but, all right, we have, one sitting with us, newly agreed, very newly, an hour ago.
It was like 3.
We have a yes from Allison Hannigan, who, I wish Michael was here actually. Hang on, gonna check my phone to give you the information on her. She's very enthusiastic, very excited to be selected. There we have the second.
and Liz, who was from.
Liz Brown, who is no longer working or with the state, now is willing to serve on the task force. And Dan
Le Pen?
LePen, I figured I'd go French,
I love it.
Daddy,
just in case.
Annie Le Pen.
Where is that?
if you haven't seen.
Another one of those awards you're serving on everything.
Going through this little chain of emails here and not finding exactly what I'm looking for, but she was recommended.
We should reach out to possible groups that are not represented, and only on NAACP, we might reach out.
Yeah, expand my list.
If I may, I
Yep.
can get you a contact of the environmental liaison at the NAACP if you don't have it.
I do know.
I'll have to search for it, but I can find it.
And these would be advisory positions then. Any other?
We talked about some from the business community,
Okay,
and I don't know, if probably we have anybody yet.
okay. But I think to
Or
get.
restaurateur, you know. To stick with the French.
Maybe. But, I mean, we have 4 names we can put forward who are official members so we can get this task force properly constituted for January.
Speed is not the most important value for some of us.
Okay.
And it's a quarterly thing, as we heard from Morgan.
True.
Quarterly?
Quarterly, we can put in in a few months.
It was April the next date.
Something like that. The recommendations of the state is also to take a couple of months to put together your task force.
Okay.
Because of interests like representation. Just a thought. Not that these, everybody's not wonderful. And I'm willing to step aside. They need to make space.
Well,
Seriously.
we need
Yeah.
2 from this board,
Okay,
so
and that's
not so fast.
yeah.
And I did put your names, you both had indicated
Okay.
that I'd let the mayor know that you 2 were there. I did not put the name forward of Stephen Yearley because I I felt like that was the mayor and the city administrator had that conversation. I didn't, you know, didn't want to throw him under the bus. If that was seen as being thrown under the bus,
On top of the bus,
right?
come on down.
Electric bus.
Any further input on the climate smart community topic?
I just want to say, I read Caitlin's report, and it was very well done and very informative. I felt like I learned a lot from that, and I think that's gonna be a good foundation for,
And we're putting her on for January, right? Is that what it was?
I think that's what
Yeah.
but I felt like it really gives a foundation for getting started moving forward.
Agreed.
It would also be desirable to stay in the loop as to whether or not the Stephen Yurley's office is going forward with the clean energy mailing and the company. So that was on their list. They were talking about doing it, and I'm not sure how quickly, but
Is this
We
the
need to-
solar project one? or-
this is the send to the community, hey, have you signed up for green energy
Ah, right.
letter? And in working with a particular company. So how do we build this staying in the loop of what decisions are to be made on climate smart initiative is my ongoing concern.
Sure.
Until we get going.
Did you say green or clean energy?
Clean.
Clean and green, I'm not sure.
I just got it right.
I think they probably call it clean. Green's old now. Green task force. And Morgan, I mean, I don't know if we can just reach out directly to Morgan and ask these questions, because she's the one we know.
She's the one who's
Yeah,
doing the float park, I believe, so.
and she's
She would
definitely
know.
be on the task force.
At least for the
Yeah.
spring.
And we should wait till she gets through finals. So maybe January will.
My guess is, you know, it was Morgan who sort of gave the January deadline as the wishful deadline, because then she continues to have some interaction with the next 3 months of the process. Whereas if we wait for April, she's graduating, but I don't know if that was on her mind or not. But be that as it may.
I don't think that she would not work, even if we didn't have a final.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that at all, but, no, I was not implying that at all, just that she, would be a nice, I think, thing for her, but, anyway. Climate smart, are we, finished with the climate smart community task force conversation, or do we have any more items to add?
I would just, again, in the interest of getting it done, I understand that, maybe again, it's something, it's the mayor's call, and
Sure.
we just tell them what we discussed
Mhm.
about maybe broadening over time, or trying to think about representation over time, even as we appoint maybe the first round folks.
Because
Or
just
something
getting
like
it started doesn't prevent people from coming on later.
Oh, no.
But we're designing a particular structure, so, which has been endorsed. But maybe other folks could start as an advisory role, or something to that effect.
It's a good way to get people involved without
Yeah.
having them feel.
Committed to
Exactly,
death,
right.
yeah.
Well, that's great, see, that's why you tap some of those expertise, right?
Dave, I sent you an email.
Which one?
I just sent you an email with the NWC.
Oh, okay, great.
There's several initiatives, and the getting of things from the state also relate to climate justice. It's part of the law, et cetera. We got the tree thing related, so I think we can do more there.
Okay.
If someone's interested.
All right, committee reports.
And, excuse me.
Oh.
Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will
Take
watch the
care.
rest of the video so I can report out to council next Tuesday.
Feel better.
Thanks very much, yes. Take care. I know in urban forest, speaking of the tree thing.
Yes.
I have largely ignored that for the last few months, to half a year. Remember we had that draft tree ordinance that we had approved?
Yeah.
I will follow up on this.
We're in winter slumbering.
It's winter slumber, well, the trees are dormant, so why would we work on it?
To revive.
Yes, but it has not gone from my mind, it's just been deprioritized for the short term. But I will follow up on that in the next few months and make sure that gets the attention it needs. Other than that, I have no report for urban forest. Community engagement.
So we've been doing some posting
Right.
and some tree related.
We have,
I like what I've been seeing on Facebook page.
great.
One thing I think this comes in the community engagement. We talked last time about warning people about community in the city. Does that fall under community engagement?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I know that you worked on getting those signs up in the park, but I don't know if anything else has been done.
I don't think so. The deer task force has just been pretty much, well, it's a busy time of year and it's,
And we felt like we'd sort of moved things on to where I need to go, but, yeah, so I'm just wondering if there's, I think, getting something on the Facebook page would be a good idea about that. I think we talked to Caitlin about that.
yeah. And I have written an article, but we haven't had it posted anywhere and I haven't sent it to either of the papers, so.
Even something just like short and sweet and pithy that people are gonna look at real quick.
Here are the regulations, I mean.
Right, and that's basically what I created for the posters that are in the park now. It's just very short and pithy and warning, you could get a $250 fine per day and jail time if you're caught feeding deer, so.
And we can put those right next to the, clean up after your dog sign, we can have the city make
Exactly.
actual signs as opposed to
Right, yeah, right now they're
posters that
just.
deteriorate.
We might think about a more positive message to, for social media. Rather than.
Education as opposed to.
Yes. As opposed to people, we don't wanna turn off our readers.
But one of the things that we really learned on the task force is that's not about don't feed them, you get in trouble, but it's really bad for them.
Mhm.
It's bad.
So humor is like,
Right, you think you're feeding them, but you're actually causing them to starve because they don't get the nutrition that they need, so.
And that was also on the poster.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this week maybe we can do something following up on that.
10 words, put it on green background, post.
On Facebook.
Yeah. And you can always have a link to more.
Can we all post on it?
I think only Caitlin and I have admin privileges.
Okay, so we wrote something up for one of you to post, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
That brings us to energy/transportation.
The only small report on that is, I read that, and SUNY is promoting that they're gonna possibly build a solar array. That's back in the plan. And also related to a battery system, which our petitioner was just mentioning too. So keep an eye on that, but it will be a little more leadership on that and a chance for the community to see it, which is also engaging students to see.
What is the status of the Hardwick project? Is that,
I do not know.
okay, they cleared trees, I don't know if it has gone past
You
them.
can also see equipment up on top of Strawberry Fields.
We can pull those real quick.
That sounds like moving forward.
That sounds like,
The bulldozer's been sitting in the same place for a long time. I can see it walking home from work.
that's not moved.
Oh, maybe there's an injunction then. I don't know. We can find
I
out.
don't know what's going on either, but I have noticed. the,
Yeah, you can see.
Caterpillar.
If you're up on Sucos campus, you can see them.
On transportation, I would just say that I look forward to the Climate Smart Community looking seriously at how we can address transportation. And also even just having some baseline of where we're at, because it sure seems like we have growth of vehicles and therefore emissions. So, and we got a diesel problem. So, all those good things. Greening our fleet, and continue to push for.
Okay, public spaces.
Not much new to say that hasn't already been said,
Okay.
but I do hope that we succeed in finalizing the paperwork on naming this creek, and thanks to Bryson from the Oneida City High School Environmental Program. And we'll follow through with the USGS paperwork. My hopes are that this success maybe encourages other teachers and local youth groups to get involved, and also trying to name some local environmental features.
And here again, I think we need to get the word out, like it needs to be in the paper and it maybe needs to go on our Facebook.
Yeah, once we finish it, Mike told me that the
Okay.
USGS reviews the paperwork for naming sites quarterly.
Oh.
So it's a rather frequent review. So it didn't sound like it would take very long for this
Okay.
creek name to show up on official maps. And
But we need to wait for that.
let's get this thing in the books first. And then to have a little celebration, and then maybe that will encourage other folks to ask us how they may get involved as well.
Maybe by spring it will be done. 4 months?
Sounds like we might get the paperwork out this week.
No, I mean, they would come back and we could have an actual creek event. It'll be official.
Yeah, oh.
After USGS will be done.
Yes, yes.
So you're saying at the creek, do
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Or so you in the creek.
It's actually a very
We get a
cool
photo of it.
You know, if you walk, we walked the creek, and it's a substantial creek. It's surprised that it
Mhm.
has gotten this long without being named. I mean, you can get a few Ds in the thing. I mean, it's a legit ravine that goes way up. We walked it for a mile up to the top of the hill.
Oh, nice.
We finally found where it's seeped out, so it's a legit.
Does it have fish?
It's got frogs.
Yeah. But if there were fish, it would have a name. Fisherman would have.
There's a little shallow for fish, but.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
in the woods there too. It's a nice stretch.
Yeah, so it's a way to go, Bryson.
Yeah.
Just listening.
Yeah, he was really, really excellent.
Maybe the school will recognize it.
And James Silver, teacher.
Yes,
That makes sense as well, so.
That's great. I have nothing down for old business. That leaves us with new business. Does anyone have anything to bring to our attention? It's a deep sigh.
Well, this terrible incident in West Oneonta with the explosion and fire. And one of the biggest concerns about firefighting foam is that it is, can pollute the waters. And so some of our concerns about PFOA, PFOS in New York are related to this material. I don't know how close any water is to that particular spot. Snow Creek there. But it was just an environmental as well as, of course, a human catastrophe. And all the critters that were terrified too. But, no.
Yeah.
Other than that, the only other thing is, you wrote a wonderful resolution, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
For the board, you really outdid yourself.
That's my first resolution of such.
You're kidding. You seem like quite the pro.
Well, that's what,
And the voice,
that's what the internet's for.
you had the commanding presence too.
Okay.
I'll just say, I think we've gotten a lot done this year. In terms of, do we need more new business right now? I think we could take a break. I think we did a lot this year.
It has been a good year.
And we can just build on those things,
Yeah.
trees and.
And I feel like we work well together, and I appreciate that.
There's certainly a lot more to be done with some of them, so.
The only thing that I would remind you of is that January means we choose a new chairperson.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're not meeting that.
I feel sick.
You're doing such a good job. I just really, I appreciate the way you handled letting everybody speak, but continuing to move things along and summing things up. I think you do a very nice job.
I appreciate that.
So I support you continuing.
I wasn't running.
You didn't run the first time. They-
I know, well, I voted against myself.
He tried to run.
So thank you all for a good year.
Yeah.
And I wish you all happy holidays, however you choose to pursue them. And we will see everyone again in a month.
Yeah.
And with that,
Second Tuesday, correct? Al?
second Tuesday.
Okay.
Meeting is adjourned at